How do, folks? How you doing? Just a quick one. MK Ultra. I think this is what we always talk about today. Let's just straighten the old cap a little. MK Ultra, it's playing out right in front of our eyes. One of the classic, one of the very, very fucking 101 of MK Ultra is confusion. It's confused the mind, because if you've got a confused mind, the body will do whatever the hell you tell it to do. And that's exactly what they're doing at the minute. We don't know from one day to the other what they're doing, but in all honesty, a woken soul shouldn't give a shit what these little peripherals are going on. The masks and such like, we all jump at it when they come out, which we've got to, even me included, got to stop doing. They've proved again it's not going to be mandatory, but I'm sure for the next fucking month we're going to see people talking about it on Facebook going, oh, I haven't even been challenged, even though we know they're not going to challenge. They've said it, and the reason isn't why we think it is. It is MK fucking Ultra. In absolute, it's MK Ultra. Just totally fuck with your heads, mess with your mind, and leave you in absolute confusion, not knowing what the fuck is right and wrong. So you will do whatever the hell they tell you to do next. You're just waiting for the next orders to respond to. However you're going to respond, you're just waiting for the next one. Well, the reality is, we know what's happening. It's fucking Agenda 21. We're in the midst of it. It's not going to be stopped. There's nobody coming to your fucking rescue. What's happening is absolute confusion. We've got one side saying do this, we've got another side saying do that, and they're throwing it at you. Both of it's both sides are points that you're supposed to be able to listen to, or we're told we're supposed to be able to listen to. The WHO, World Health Organization, all the fucking doctors that chip in from both sides. You've got the presidents and the prime ministers, and they're fucking assholes, and you know, I wasn't going to call them dogs' bodies, but in reality they're fucking equals. They're all fucking puppets. They've just, one's got a different job to the other. But the bottom line is, it's old tactics. You can read about it anywhere you want to. How to control minds, and it's all about creating confusion. This mask shit now, everybody wants to just drop it. You just make your choice, go and do what you want to do. Nobody's going to be fucking accosting you, or if they do, just fucking ignore them, walk away. Don't. I've prepared documents, but why really? Am I gonna jump to it and spend fucking hours writing documents for every twist and turn they make? I've already covered literally everything they could possibly do with the documentation I sent in the first fucking place. So what's the point in me just keep serving these documents, and what's the point in any of us keep reacting to the bollocks along the way? Because if we're not going to stand up and stop them from the end goal, why the fuck should we piss about with each and individual twist and turn, when the reality is what we're actually doing isn't forming some form of activism against it. We're not getting up there and we're not stopping it. We're actually reacting the way they expect us to, and the way they've created it for us to. So what we're actually doing is furthering their agenda. And now when you look into it, it's pretty fucking obvious and plain to see. Every fucking false reaction, every time we jump at something that turns out to be bollocks, we jumped at it. That's what they wanted. They don't give a fuck if people find out afterwards it's a load of bollocks, because the fucking muppets and the sheep, they won't listen to that bit. They only heard the first bit, so that's all that matters from that point on, and that's all we're going to fucking get. So our reactions really are what are put out there, and are what are echoed back at us when we realise it's a load of bollocks. So think on, folks. Think how you react to this shit. In a sense, it's all just false flags. Different scale to blowing up the Twin Towers and blowing up buses in London and all the shit that they do around the world. Every major disaster, I would say, is to shape the world how they want to shape it. It's not a disaster, it's an attack. There's never a fucking disaster. I don't believe there's been any natural disasters. I don't believe this world is capable of it on its own. I don't think that's what it's about. I think everything is created, literally everything. They want to shape perceptions and shape the world. They want to get reactions and take control. and they've done it throughout history. We've seen it throughout history. You look at any of the history books, and even their versions of it, when you look at it carefully enough, tell you exactly what they did. All deception. The art of war. It's what's going on. This is World War III, whether you like it or not. This is World War III. We're in the midst of World War III. It isn't two armies, although the fucking milk tray man will have you believe there's two sides fighting, but it isn't. That's bad and evil, that side. The good's on this side. We're the ones being attacked. And until folks realise that fuck, I know most folks realise we're under attack, but while you think somebody else is coming to save you from either the bad or the fucking evil camp, it don't matter. You're the good and you're gonna get fucking slaughtered. It's an absolute fact for anybody to fucking see. The agenda's rolling on, everything is happening, and because they keep telling you about paedophiles and all that bollocks, you're ignoring the fact that the fucking United fucking Nations was fucking created to take over the world. It has. The EU was set up as a testing ground for the one world fucking government. It has been, and they have total control no matter what respect they do or don't have. They have absolute control as unelected fucking members of state. Absolute. You can't kick them fucking out. And that's what's about to come with a one world government. And once you realise you can't kick these cunts out, that's when you're going to realise the milk tray man was filling you full of chocolate. And that's the top and fucking bottom of it. You're getting all the fucking sweet stuff thrown at you. You don't realise what's to come. But if you looked with your fucking eyes, you already know what's going to come. You just think this fucking twat's going to save you. Immaterial. Anyway, this one to flump fucking rant. It just is what it is. I want folks to know that every twist and turn. I've been telling folks, as I see folks on the videos reacting to the George Floyds and the Black Lives Matters and the Antifas and all the shits that they do and all the distractions and deaths, I can't breathe bollocks. As they react to it, I tell them it's a load of bollocks, and then they keep reacting to it, and then they see that it's a load of bollocks and they keep reacting to it, and then they shut up eventually because they know they're making themselves look a cunt. But they still push it as far as they can, and they do the next one and the next one. This is a distracting world. There's many frauds taking place. There's many agencies working at fucking with your head. There is absolutely no shame whatsoever in saying I was wrong about something in these times. Nothing whatsoever. You can be wrong about absolutely fucking anything the way they're throwing shit at you. So stop trying to save face when you find out you are. Stand up and accept these cunts have just done it again. Because the quicker you start passing the real fucking message out, the quicker others can wake up properly. Rather than fucking ones that are just coming into it, listening to your shite that you're perpetuating, and they're waking up fucking wrong. As folks fucking do. But then it's been set up by professionals, Hollywood style storytellers. It's got great backstories. It's got fantastic backstories. And they keep wangling this fucking paedophilia in front of your faces, and you will be distracted from the entire takeover of the world because they keep dangling something at you that you cannot see or be 100% sure of is not a Hollywood fucking movie set itself. We don't know. They took fucking Epstein's Island, didn't they? They didn't find any fucking children there, did they? It's supposed to be full of the cunts. Full of the cunts. The Getty Museum, the dungeons under there are supposed to be absolutely full of child slaves and adult sex slaves that have been bred there. Have they smashed the fuck out of that place publicly on TV and shown you the fuckers being dragged out of there? And to be honest, they could do that Hollywood style and everybody would believe it, and it could still be bollocks. The reality is, we're not seeing anything other than pictures which could be bullshit. And we see some really graphic pictures that make you want to fucking puke. It's absolutely shocking. But also, we see out there artificial intelligence pictures that have no connection with any man or woman that's ever been alive. It's been absolutely created. Only the other day I saw a bunch of fucking men and women pictures. You would absolutely 100% say they're real. There's nothing about them you would say is fake. and they're totally computer generated images. You cannot tell in this wonky world we have now up from fucking down. So if you're mistaken about something, accept it. If you're on a bandwagon and that bandwagon isn't the total enslavement of mankind through United Nations fucking Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, then you've been distracted. You have been distracted. You might think your cause is just, and you might think it's absolutely disgusting what you're being shown that has happened, but you're being shown what has happened as opposed to what you absolutely know 100% is happening right fucking now, and that is the world's being taken over. Yes, probably by paedophiles, but the paedophilia isn't the point. As disgusting as it is, we'd all like to wipe paedophilia off the face of the earth, but if we concentrated on Agenda 21, we could probably do that. But the reality is, if we concentrate on the paedophilia, Agenda 21 fucking rolls in just as it should be, right up to Agenda 2030, just as it should, as they tell you, or as they have told you many, many times, as the New World Order will be successful, and it will. They tell you all the time. So until you're actually focusing on the right fucking thing, you're not a truther. You're just fucking jumping on a fucking bandwagon. I know some of these are fucking shocking, but if we could fucking end Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, the total enslavement, the one world government, the one world banking system, the one fucking one world currency, if you could put a stop to that, you've already put a stop to the fucking paedophilia and all the other shit that goes on, and the perpetual wars and all the other fucking bollocks. But if you concentrate on your paedophilia and all the other shit that they keep throwing at you for your distraction, Agenda 21 sits in with absolutely unelected world fucking leaders that you in your own country don't even have a say on. You will just be told new laws, possibly new fucking language, possibly, because they are talking about the one world language as well. That'll be phased in, I suppose, over a couple of generations, but it won't be a forced thing, so nobody will object to it, will they? It'll just be something else somebody's getting taught at school. Yeah, they're just learning that as well, and then eventually that's the only language spoken in there. If you don't speak that language, you can't get served in a shop. or the internet will just turn into that language, and if you don't fucking know it, you'll be fucked. You know, we're going into a world where they can absolutely do whatever the fuck they want, because they've got psychology nailed. And as far as spotting it, even me, I see most of the twists and turns they do, but I'm damn sure there's loads that they don't do, or that I don't spot until it's too late. But the reality is, on a base of the psychology I see and the psychology they're actually implying to their distractions and their deceptions, I'm probably only at about 5% of it. And what I see, I'm seeing a hell of a lot more than what 90% of the truthers out there are seeing. I know there are some with me that see it exactly like I do. I speak to them on a daily basis, and it's absolutely fantastic to see there are some there. But they'll tell you themselves they are so and few and far fucking between. It is ridiculous. Hardcore truthers that are respected in the truther world, that have no fucking clue of the real fucking world and are just sitting back and waiting for all this to fucking implode on their ass. Bizarre. But anyway, folks, there's no point in me just saying fucking wake up again, is it? Because you all think you're already fucking woke. But think on how woke you are, and don't just think, yeah, I'm right, so fuck it. No, you're fucking wrong. We all are to a degree. We're all wrong about something. Try and find out what you're fucking wrong about. I analyse myself on a daily basis, and when I catch myself being wrong, I correct it. And I often come and tell folks that I was wrong about something. I have done many times when I've been wrong about something big, and I feel no fucking shame in it whatsoever, because this entire world is set up to distract and to deceive you. If you are deceived, that is the normal. That's the old normal. So the new normal, you'll never fucking realise you was ever deceived about anything. Are you accepting that one? I'll have my normal if you don't mind. my normal, I'll see through all the bollocks. I may not be able to stop the world imploding, because that takes all of you lot, don't it? And all of the ones that don't see me. I only talk to 3 people or whatever it is, I don't know. Not many people. I think the most I get is I think I've had about 100 views on something. Go figure it. The faker you are, the bigger your audience. What can I say? You talk the truth, you're hated. I'll be hated. I don't want a fucking big circle. I work my arse off with the circles I've got. What do I want 100,000 people for? Every one of you go and get 100,000 fucking people. But I tell you now, if you get 100,001, I'm gonna call you a shill. Anyway, folks, look after yourselves. Love you all, even the shills. We've got to, otherwise it all just falls to pieces. But come in line with the truth, folks. It's not in line with me. You don't have to talk to me about it. You don't have to be recognised as agreeing with me. The truth's there. I'm agreeing with it. You go and agree with it as well. I'm not looking for anybody to agree with me. Just go and find the fucking truth. Have a good one.